I feel amazing. My girl just broke up with me. I got a new muha. I feel amazing, man.
23. Mexican rapper Peso Pluma stood in front of a massive crowd of 100,000 people while he paid homage to the notorious drug lord El Chapo. This didn't sit right with the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, and what they did next would haunt Peso Pluma forever. Here are 5 times rappers messed with the wrong cartel member.
Bro, my nigga, gang, bro. Why are you messing with the cartels, bro? Go mess with the suburban niggas they think they're hood, bro. Mess with those niggas, bro, but never the cartel, bro.
Number 5. Peso Pluma.
Okay.
Mexican megastar Peso Pluma was on stage performing during the 2-day-long music festival in the nation's capital. However, during his performance, he held the mic towards the Mexico City crowd of an estimated 100,000 people as they sang the initials JGL in unison. This was a reference to Joaquin Guzman Lora, alias El Chapo. Pluma's homage to the incarcerated drug lord El Chapo may not have held significant meaning for him, but to the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, it resonated deeply, and they vowed to exact retribution. June 15, 1999. Pluma, real name Hassan Emilio Cabandelaya, was born in the municipality of Zapopan, Jalisco, Mexico. Keep in mind that the state of Jalisco is home to the CJNG. But unlike other teenagers his age, Peso Pluma never got involved with cartels, at least not yet. He began playing the guitar at the age of 15.
Okay, see? He had a great background. He had a great, decent background. He had some friends who did some bad stuff, and he didn't do the bad stuff.
YouTube videos. Then later on, he started writing songs in a diary. He found inspiration for his songs in the work of Chalino Sanchez and Ariel Camacho, 2 singers of narco corridos, which tell stories about the Mexican drug trade. If there's one thing you should know—
oh, bro, this nigga got done dirty, bro. They killed him after his show, bro. He didn't get to sleep with the baddies, bro. And you those thick thighs Latinas, man, fuck her. Man, I want to fuck her Latina thighs, my nigga. Well, I gotta get that.
About the narco corridos genre of music, it's that the singers often become targets of high-profile drug lords, especially when an artist glorifies their enemies. But being born in and around violence, Peso wasn't about to get himself trapped in the middle of any animosity, so he found his own sound and had a major breakthrough.
Hey, don't look at me like that, nigga. I'm poor as shit. I mean, not poor. I still got a job, but, you know. Okay.
Across the borders of Mexico in July, he found his own sound and had a—
why is it always when something you know damn well bad's about to happen in any kind of Mexican video or a family reunion, it's always red, my nigga?
Major breakthrough across the borders of Mexico in July 2022. Genesis, his 3rd studio album, made its debut on the Billboard All-Genre Album chart at number 3, the highest position ever for an album of regional Mexican music, along with getting billions of streams on Spotify. Pretty impressive, right? Well, yeah, but at the same time, Peso Pluma glorified El Chapo in a few songs, and it got him into a lot of trouble. In the song Siempre Pendientes, which translates to Always Ready, Pluma sings in first-person style about the life of a Sinaloa cartel member who guards El Chapo. This didn't sit well with the CJNG, who—
wait. Okay, so was he giving a shout-out to those niggas? Like, bro, accept the shout-out. Like, bro, your boy, the big boss, I don't want to say his name because I do not want to end up one of those Twitter videos, but he's giving a shout out to y'all niggas. How can you be that mad? No disrespect. I don't want to disrespect you guys, bro. I do not disrespect you. I respect y'all. Keep doing your work.
Who felt Pluma was using his rapid rise in the music industry to glorify their #1 rival. So they
wait, I remember this guy. Wait, he's the one who sang that song. I can't remember. It's a pretty popular song about him saying to his friend about meeting this señorita or something like that, bro, in a party.
Decided to send a warning. September 12th, 2023. 4 banners were placed over bridges in the city of Tijuana. warning Peso Pluma to cancel his upcoming concert in the city on October 14th. They further stated on the banners that if he didn't, it would be his last because of his disrespectful tongue. All banners were signed by the CJNG, pointing to the fact that the message came from him. Now, at the time, Peso Pluma was in the US rehearsing for his MTV Video Music Award performance the following day. But if we're being honest, Peso Pluma isn't the first artist to sing about El Chapo, so what makes him an enemy of the CJNG? Well, for starters, Peso is one of the biggest Mexican artists right now. He's got over 11 million followers on Instagram, and his songs are now a favorite amongst Americans and the Western world. On the other hand, Tijuana has been a major place of conflict for cartels. The city near the border and its nearby areas have been disputed territories for a long time. They're often called plazas when talking about which criminal cartels control them in Mexico. The modern drug wars in the city began in the late 80s and 90s when the Guadalajara cartel split, leading to groups led by El Chapo and Ismael El Mayo Zambada in Sinaloa and the Arellano Felix.
See, look, bro. I told you, bro. In life, you only need 3 friends, alright? The nigga who sells, the nigga who gives, and the nigga who makes, alright? So basically, if you want to sell drugs, always have 3 friends that you can rely on. If you get caught, backdoor those 3 niggas, say they did it, and snitch on. No, backdoor those 2 niggas and say they told you to do this. So if you go to jail, you can get some plea time by writing on both of them, and go change your name from the government, blah blah, all that shit, and boom, your identity, new person, get a surgery, and flee the country. Go to Thailand or some Saudi Arabia or some African country, whatever you want, or Haiti or Dominican. Always remember, if you're selling drugs, always sell with 2 people. 2 people, that's it. Only 2. Do not go any further than 2.
Family in Tijuana. Power in Tijuana shifted between different factions that emerged from these initial groups over the years. Recently, other criminal groups have also moved into the region, with the CJNG being one of the most prominent. To put it into context, Tijuana consistently has one of the highest homicide rates in the country, as various criminal organizations continue to vie for control. Now, what this simply means is that Peso Pluma holding a concert in this city while paying homage to El Chapo and the Sinaloa cartel in his songs would be undermining the CJNG's power in the city. Besides, Pluma is also from Jalisco, where the CJNG takes its name. So they probably believe the name El Mencho should be on his lips instead of Chapo. However, Peso Pluma has refused to address the reason why he honors El Chapo and the Sinaloa cartel in his songs. He even hung up on a call on an LA Times reporter who once asked. Eventually, Peso Pluma and his team had to cancel the Tijuana show as a way to ensure his safety. We've seen the execution of the CJNG. These guys don't—
Bro, these niggas don't play, but there's like 50 deep, bro. There's like 50 niggas in here, bro. How you gonna beef with these niggas, bro? You ain't in the army. You ain't in the navies, bro. The navy. Bro, if you are— look, bro, if you a regular civilian ass niggas, but do not mess with any kind of cartel member. Highly do not mess with them, bro. If you don't want your mom go scrolling on Twitter and seeing a video of you getting in a chainsaw, yeah, you know what I mean.
Don't bluff when they issue threats like that. Earlier in 2023, a narco corrido band from Sinaloa State called Grupo Arriesgado was at a Tijuana mall signing autographs ahead of a planned concert when gunmen fired shots near the crowd. A banner signed by the Jalisco cartel was left at the scene, warning the band to leave the city or suffer the consequences. At the end of the day—
Leave, nigga! Leave, bro.
Peso Pluma won't be the first, and he certainly won't be the last, to receive such a warning from the extremely dangerous cartel. Now the question is, what are the odds the CJNG won't orchestrate an attack on him if he performs in a different Mexican state? Number 4. Chalino Sanchez.
R.I.P. And a quick note, this guy should fuck his sister.
That was the iconic Chalino Sanchez reading the death note handed to him during his last performance in Mexico. He wiped the sweat off his forehead and looked around him in fear of what was to
come. I love Mexican people. See, this is my For You page right now, bro. As you can see this. Look at this. Look at this, bro. I love senoritas, bro.
Come next. Chalino was obviously not a rapper. He was a singer and a musical icon in Mexico. However, his genre of music and his life leading up to his death is by far one of the most bone-chilling stories you'll hear today. I promise you. August 30th, 1960 marked the birth of Chalino in Sinaloa, Mexico. He came from a very poor background as he lived with both his parents, his 7 brothers, and his only sister. He was also a very mischievous child and did a lot of bad things to survive. In 1975, when Chalino was just
Hey man, we all done some bad things.
15, his sister was kidnapped, raped, and then sent home naked by
Oh, okay, no, my bad. I meant his sister was raped. Not he raped his sister. I'm sorry.
several men. Chalino swore to seek revenge for his
Get back, bro. Get back, bro. Get back, bro. Get the biggest gun you can find and go all out, bro.
sister. He knew that a local
King
man
Von.
named El Chapo Perez was one of those responsible.
Never mind, do not
4
go King
years
Von.
later, his opportunity for retribution arrived. He was at a party when he saw Perez carrying a gun. He approached him and shot him at very close range, instantly ending his life. A gunfight erupted and Chalino managed to escape. However, Perez's men saw his face, so he couldn't go back home. Chalino ran away from Sinaloa that night, but by morning, the troubles that would eventually lead to his death began. He moved to Tijuana, where he was helping Mexicans cross into the
Nigga, you move from a one place that ain't that much cartel, how you said, information or something like that, and you move to a place where the cartel is directly at, my nigga. You got from point C to point Z. See?
the U.S. Eventually, Chalino himself
never mind
would
the
cross
US.
over and moved to L.A., where he dealt with small quantities of marijuana and cocaine with one of his brothers. However, by the time he moved back to Mexico, his brother was killed.
R.I.P.
He was arrested and jailed for about 18 months. But listen closely, because this is when Chalino began writing narco corrido songs, glorifying the life of drug traffickers. Controversial? Yeah, but at the time, no other artist was doing it, so it made Chalino very famous. Once he got out of jail, he traveled back to LA. He hired a band to record his music.
All right, so listen up. State Farm was trying to charge me $196.
And fuck you and fuck your shitty insurance company. Oh, never mind. I forgot it.
Venues in the city. In 1989, Chalino recorded his first 15 songs and revolutionized the music scene in LA and Mexico. He was making millions of dollars, selling out shows all around Mexico. But one show in particular made Chalino realize his days may be running out. January 25th, 1992, Sanchez was performing at the Plaza Los Arcos restaurant and nightclub in the desert city of Coachella. While on stage, he was taking song requests from the audience when a man named Eduardo Gallegos climbed up and made a request. Immediately, when he got on stage, he took out his pistol and shot Chalino 4 times. Chalino in turn pulled out his pistol and shot back. Took a hit to the armpit, however, he survived. But from that moment on, he knew that any show he did next could be his last. Due to the Coachella incident, Chalino sold the rights to his music to a record label, using the money for a down payment on a house for his wife and 2 kids. To complete the payment for the house and to leave his family with a fortune in case anything happened to him, Chalino accepted a gig to perform in the dreaded city of Culiacan. If you didn't already know, Culiacan's home to the Sinaloa cartel. They control every corner and every street. Chalino knew it was a dangerous move to perform there, considering his type of music.
You know what? At this point, my nigga, this is just natural selection.
However, he was ready to step into the belly of the beast, as long as his family would be safe. Sadly, he would not survive. May 15th, 1992. Despite warnings from his family, friends, and even death threats, Chalino went on to perform at Salon Bougainvilleas in Culiacan. In what seemed like deja vu, a fan pushed their way to the front of the stage to hand Chalino a song request. But from the look on his face, it was not a request, but a message informing him that his performance there would be his last. You can see the fear on his face the moment he read that note. Regardless, he continued singing. After the show, he left
Hey, bro, this nigga had bigger balls than me, bro. I'd have just fled the whole entire fucking country.
with his 2 brothers, a cousin, and several young women. On their way home, They would be stopped by armed men in Chevrolet Suburbans claiming to be police. One of the men flashed his badge and said to Chalino, "My comandante needs you." Chalino and his brothers tried to offer the men money since it wasn't uncommon for Mexican police to accept bribes. Unfortunately, they refused the offer. Chalino gave himself up to the men and they sped off with him. 12 hours later, two farmers stumble across a man in a ditch with rope marks around his wrists and two bullet holes in the back of his head. It was Chalino Sanchez. But who killed him? An investigation would be carried out, but nothing would turn up.
R.I.P. bro. I gotta go somewhere else right now, so I'm gonna upload this 10-minute video. I'm sorry I couldn't be here that long today, but don't worry. I told you that, bro. My girl broke up with me. I just got addicted to the new supplements. I will be going to gym in 2 months. I'll be getting my car. I feel fucking amazing. And One Piece, I'm still in Thriller Bark, so if anybody here watches One Piece, one or two of you niggas, tell me, how long do you gotta wait for Thriller Bark to